The sun beat down like a punishment on the cracked asphalt outside Weston Auto and Salvage, baking old oil into the pavement and blinding anyone who looked the wrong way. The sign out front, once bold red and white, now hung crooked, its paint peeled by time and 1,000 summer storms. It creaked in protest with every whisper of wind. Inside Bay 2, Cade Weston was elbow-deep in a gutted transmission, sleeves rolled past his forearms, his coveralls smudged with engine grease and sweat. A battered box fan hummed in the corner, barely denting the heat. He didn't flinch when the metallic wheeze of a dying engine echoed from just outside the garage door. He recognized the sound. Car giving up the ghost. He kept his head down. Then came the voice. Soft, feminine, with a flutter of uncertainty wrapped in practiced charm. "Hi, sorry to barge in. My car just quit right there at your driveway." Cade exhaled slowly through his nose. The wrench in his hand paused mid-turn. Still he didn't look up. Not yet. Her tone didn't match the words. The kind of mismatch that raises the hair on the back of your neck. Like hearing a lullaby in a horror movie. He finally turned. At 6 feet 3 inches, with arms like steel cables and eyes too sharp for his age, Cade didn't need to posture. His presence filled the space without a word. His dark brown skin glistened under the fluorescence, and a fading tattoo on his forearm peeked out beneath the oil. Military maybe, though few dared to ask. The woman was leaning against a dusty silver Camry. Steam curled from the cracked hood like incense smoke. Her hair, copper red and wind must, was piled in a loose bun with strands falling around her jaw. A denim jacket hung off one shoulder like an afterthought, and her sundress clung in all the wrong ways for someone caught in a real emergency. Cade didn't smile. Just wiped his hands with a stained cloth, slow and deliberate. "Pop the hood," he said. She hesitated. Barely a heartbeat, but he saw it, then reached inside and yanked the latch. It groaned, and the hood lifted with a hiss of heat and metal fatigue. Cade stepped in. He didn't need more than a glance. Fluids were clean. No smoke inside, just a little theatrical mist. Belts intact. Battery connections tight. It wasn't dying. It was faking. He closed the hood harder than necessary and turned. "You local?" he asked, voice even. She shook her head. "Just driving through. Got turned around a little outside." Morrisville, I think." "You get lost often?" he asked, wiping his hands again. She smiled, half sincere, half disarming. "Only when I'm trying not to." That caught him. For a second. "I'm Quinn," she said, stepping forward and offering her hand. Her nails were chipped red. No rings. A silver chain hung at her throat, the charm tucked beneath her dress like a secret. Cade looked at the hand. "Didn't take it." "Cade." She let the arm drop, unfazed. "I should tell you," she said. "I don't have any cash. Not on me. I didn't expect this." "Did I say anything about money?" Quinn blinked. "No. Sorry, just thought you'd want to know." "Next time," he said, pulling open the passenger door, "try breaking down somewhere less convenient. Might make the act more believable." Her smile faltered. "I don't know what you mean." "Yeah, you do." Silence crackled between them like static. The shop swallowed them as they moved inside. Cool shadows offering a brief reprieve from the heat. Tools hung from hooks in perfect order. Chalk outlines marked where each belonged. Cade was a man of systems. Nothing out of place. Not anymore. On the back wall, a photograph in a cracked frame. Cade in uniform beside a young boy with matching eyes and a wide grin. The kind of photo you don't talk about unless someone makes you. Quinn leaned against the wall near the sink, arms crossed. "So, what now? You gonna call me a liar and send me back out into the sun?" Cade turned to her fully now, gaze steady. "That car didn't fail. You staged it." Quinn looked away, the silence heavy. "I've seen you out here. I drive by sometimes. You fixed Mrs. Langston's Buick last week, remember? She couldn't even get out of the driver's seat. So you didn't charge her. Just help. Didn't even wait for a thank you." Cade didn't blink. "You followed me." No, she said too quickly. Not like that. I just noticed. You seem like the kind of guy who doesn't need a reason to do the right thing. Cade snorted softly. You figured you'd fake a breakdown to what? Test me? Set up some hallmark moment where you discover good men still exist. She flinched at that. Not visibly, but something in her shifted. The mask slipped. I guess. I didn't know how else to ask for help, she said. Not the kind you fix with a wrench. Cade studied her again, longer this time. You runnin' from someone? Her lips parted like she might lie, but didn't. Something. Not someone. Cade reached for a wrench, spun it in his fingers like a coin. You're not the first person to park here with something they weren't ready to admit. Her voice cracked, barely audible. What happened to them? He turned, eyes unreadable. Depends how honest they were. Quinn swallowed hard. I'll come back tomorrow. Pay for your time. Don't bother, Cade said, stepping back toward his lift. What I gave you wasn't about money. Then what was it? A place to breathe, he said. For people who forgot what that feels like. She looked down. Her fingers had wrapped tightly around the chain at her neck. Thank you, Cade. He didn't answer. She left without another word. The Camry rolled off the lot with no hesitation this time, purring like a well-fed cat. Cade stood in the silence of his garage, tools gleaming around him like soldiers in formation. Then he reached for the frame on the wall and, for the first time in years, straightened it.